Well, hello random YouTube people. Do you have some wonky tree branches on your tree? Branches that are pointing in weird directions? Maybe even branches that are pointing into your neighbor's yard? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to train your tree branches to grow in a different direction, keeping your branches on your own property. Cue those video titles.
Subscribe.
I planted these 3 Quakey aspen trees the year before. I really love Quakey aspens, and I didn't think they were going to get as big as they did. We just had a pretty bad windstorm, and it kind of ruined some of the branches.
So this windstorm has just destroyed this tree. Just making these limbs fall down like so. We got ones hanging down over here. We have ones hanging down over the fence line. So we're going to use those new little straps to try to pull these branches back up into place so that they grow like they should instead of like this. So we're going to attach it here and try to attach it to the trunk over there to try to make these limbs fall into place right. This one especially, look, it's like hanging all the way out. So we're going to pull this one up so it points upward instead of hanging down. Let's go.
So when researching what my problem was with this tree, I came across these on Amazon. It's a plastic chain lock tree tie, and they're flexible, and they can be used in this instance to move branches around. I'm going to put a link in the video description for you to find this product. It's really pretty awesome. This particular one comes in a 50-foot spool. I like how this product's really pretty straightforward. You're going to wrap it around the branches, and then one end of this line is going to twist perpendicular and stick through one of the holes, just like this. It's really pretty dang simple. So let's give this product a shot and see if it can get the results that I want. Before I continue with the plastic chain lock tree ties, I'm going to point out that I also am using these straps to hold the trunks vertical. I really like these because you don't have to use a metal rod sticking out of the ground and tie the tree to it. I'm going to link these in the product description as well. So what I want to do with those plastic chain tree tie locks, I'm going to wrap one around the branch, and then I'm going to wrap the other end around the trunk. Let's start with this little guy right here. We're going to pull it up so it's vertical, and then I'm going to wrap a end of the plastic chain around here and then connect it back into the trunk so that it grows straight. This is going to be one of those videos where I'm not going to be able to record every single little detail, so I'm going to do some before and after videos. And look at that. You can't even tell that that plastic chain is back there because the leaves are covering it. But like I said I would do, I wrapped one end around the branch and the other end around the tree trunk itself. In this case, I went around both of them with one big loop. You could wrap one end around the trunk and one end around the branch, but then you just have one line, and that's a little bit more flimsy. I'm going to show you an example of how I did that, and it actually snapped the line because the branch got too strong. So it's really good to go around both of them with one big loop. You can see here it's just easy to cut through with a piece of scissors to remove any of the excess that you don't want dangling around. Now moving on to doing the same thing to all the other branches in question. Let's keep going to the next branch here. This one's hanging down pretty good too. Let's grab it and push it vertical as well. Again, I'm going to do this off camera because it's really hard to get a good shot and use both hands at the same time. That's what she said. And look at that, that branch is now up off the ground and being held on by this awesome plastic chain. This thing is really pretty freaking cool. If I take a step back, you can see this tree already looks 100% better. It didn't take very much time to just tie those 2 branches back, and wow, it already looks way better. There's one more branch I really want to tackle right now, and that's this one hanging on top of the fence. So again, I'm going to come back after I've tied this branch, and let's see what it looks like. And wouldn't you know it, the tree's already looking so much better. There are a couple branches that run along the back that I want to start training to grow in a different direction. These are going to start going into the neighbor's yard. He's got a nice big trailer, and I don't want these branches right here to poke out and in his way when he's pulling his trailer out and backing it in. So I'm going to do the same thing for a couple of these troublesome branches to try to teach them to grow in a different direction. As you can see, if I take a different angle, there's one branch that's really sticking out, and it's going to be poking into the neighbor's yard quite a lot. If that continues to grow on this path, our neighbor's going to hit it when he pulls his trailer in and out every single time. So I'm going to grab that branch and pull it up. Well, as you can see, just using those plastic chains, you can really pull back those branches and teach them to grow in a different direction. That same branch is going to be a problem for me in the future, and I'll show you that in just a second. Being satisfied with my work so far, I'm going to show you an inside look to the tree. There's quite a lot of these little chains wrapping around and pulling different branches back towards the trunk. Now, this is something that's going to be an ongoing project. I actually recorded this video back in 2023, and it's now 2025. During that time, I've added some more chains, pulling some more branches away, like pulling these ones away from growing towards the sidewalk. I've also gone around and added some more chains, wrapping some branches that are going in towards the neighbor's property. I've only had one problem with this plastic chain, and that's because it was my own fault. That one tree branch I was talking about earlier, it's become quite strong over the last couple of years, and I tried to tighten it a little bit, and the chain snapped on me. I added it back, and the chain snapped on me again because I did it weird. I'm going to go back now and re-add another chain around that branch, maybe even two, just to pull it back into my property. Before I do that, I'm going to show you what it looks like during the winter. You can see all the leaves have fallen off now, and here are my plastic chains holding these tree branches back. Eventually, once these branches gain enough strength, I will be able to remove these chains, and they won't be necessary anymore, once they've been trained to start growing in the correct direction. Now here we are in spring of 2025. You can see those chains are still intact from the winter. This tree is going to start to continue to grow. And this tree actually grew quite a lot during the summer of 2023 and even in 2024. These trees are about twice as tall as they were when I started filming originally. I honestly did not intend to delay the production of this video that long. I just kind of sat on it and then I forgot about it. But it's actually worked out to my advantage, so you can see the growth of this tree and its progress. You can't tell when the video is zoomed in, but if I zoom out, you can really see just how big this tree has gotten. And you can see that all these branches are now growing straight and upwards, which is making it look really nice, and it's going to make it look really nice and full in the future. Fast forwarding a couple weeks to the present, this tree is now really full, and from a distance you can't even see those plastic chain links. As I walk around the trees, you're going to be able to see that tree branch I was mentioning earlier. There's a tree branch where I had a plastic chain link on it, and it broke because I was trying to tighten it to make it a little further, and the whole chain busted. And you can see that one dangling up there, the furthest one on the right. So now I'm going to climb back up the tree and try to fix that. Let me show you where it broke. It was hard to get everything to focus up here on the ladder and all of the things in the camera view that can be focused on, like all these leaves. But you can see that there's that part on the branch that broke, and here's the part on the trunk that broke. I had it wrapped around as a big loop, but then I lost control of it when I was trying to tighten it, and so I just went around with a single line, and then because I went the single line, the branch is so strong that it busted this. So this is my own fault, but I do need to run a new line so I can pull that branch back into place. Again, off camera, I ran that line, and you can see I've pulled that branch back, and now it's not nearly in the way like it used to be. Climbing up the ladder to try to give you an idea what I did. So I reconnected that one that had broke, and I also tied on a different one that's higher up. And then I also added another chain to go around a different branch that pulls even more back. So you can see this one I'm focusing on is the lower part, and this one I'm focusing on is a different branch. But if you look up towards the top of the screen, I have a completely separate line that runs to the top of that branch to pull it up. So there's actually being pulled up in two places now instead of one. Anyways, you get the idea. This tree's looking really good. I'll probably go ahead and add some more on the sidewalk just so that I don't have to cut the branch while it's growing. And of course, the important part about this whole thing, you waited 9 minutes for me to say this, but this is really important to do while the tree is young and growing. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. If you find my content relatable or informative, please give this video some kind of interaction, such as smashing that like button, commenting, and sharing this video with all of your friends. This helps the YouTube algorithms know how to share my content with other random people just like you. And to be sure you don't miss out on future bodacious content,
Subscribe.
Subscribe.